getting married. And then some shit will happen and I'll be like, not so much.
No.
See, if love is supposed to be built on trust, and I guess that means that honesty, well, honesty's gotta be a must, you know, a requirement, a necessity. But lately I've been feeling like my generation got skipped over when it came time to hand out a recipe on what it takes to make a successful relationship. See, when 70% of our parents end up calling it quits, it's really got me wondering if marriage nowadays is just something people do for kicks, you know, have a few kids, watch them get big, and as soon as they leave the house, you sitting there trying to figure out what it was in the first place that made you fall in love with your spouse. And that's if you lucky enough to make it to that point. Because if you check the statistics, most marriages end up burning faster than a joint. Speaking of joint, that's exactly when the battle begins between you and your spouse over the custody of your kids. And you gotta love that good old justice system, because you know they've been had that shit, Red. You see, I just find it hilarious that just because I got a dick, if we choose to split, you end up getting to take your pick of half my shit. That 3-month salary that was spent on that engagement ring. See, I want to be clear because I don't want y'all to have me misunderstood. I'm not saying that when it comes to getting married that I won't. All I'm saying is that when it comes to understanding this new age, modern day concept of marriage, see, I simply don't. See, since when did get married turn into nothing more than a race to see how fast you can spend 30 grand in a day? All to entertain a room full of people that you hardly talk to anyways. Whatever happened to what Granny and Granddaddy had? Because it seems to me they had a pretty firm grasp on how to make it last and not call it quits as soon as times got bad. And I'm not trying to justify what he did, but that rule even applied if Granddaddy stepped out and had an illegitimate kid. But now, window with that whole till death do us part. See, you got people getting divorces nowadays just because they can't stand the smell of each other's fart. I mean, seriously. So what if he leaves a toilet seat out from time to time, leaves a swallow in the container? Maybe he's tired of living with the fact that you nag all the time and your ass eats up all the toilet paper. But is that really a legit reason to call it quits? You would think that some people would learn how to buckle down and commit for nothing more than just to avoid the expense. I mean, even with the hot pot of grits thrown in his face, the great Al Green told us that we need to what? Let's stay together. And you gotta give it up to the good brother, keep sweating.